I'm Father Stephen Rocker. I'm the Catholic priest in Colton, Potsdam, and I've been asked to say a little about Pope Francis's letter on the environment called Laudato Si. It's named for the recurring line in St. Francis's prayer poem, Laudato Si mi Signore, praise be to you, my Lord. And then St. Francis names one or another element of the created order. For example, praise be to you, my Lord, through our sister, Mother Earth, who sustains and governs us, producing varied fruits with colored flowers and herbs. In this letter, the Pope argues for an integral ecology, that we are to recognize human beings are qualitatively different from other living things, and that we are connected to and dependent on those other living things. In Catholic teaching, he notes there's a right to private property. However, that right is relative to the social and ecological context. In other words, we are the stewards, not the owners of the good things of the world. The Pope criticizes an economy oriented to increased production and consumption. At present, he notes, a minority consumes a disproportionate share of Earth's goods. One thing I would ask is that we ought to ask ourselves as Americans, how can I live on less for our own spiritual and physical good, instead of constantly chasing having more things? We are to seek simplicity of living. The Pope also notes that we are to look at environmental degradation from the standpoint of the poor. Throughout the letter, he emphasizes the central importance of any consideration of how we live in regard to those who have less. Also, too, in an area that certainly is a matter of controversy, and that is population control. In dealing with environmental stress and population density, there has to be respect for persons and for the moral law. I quote from the letter, "Developing countries face forms of international pressure which make economic assistance contingent on certain policies of, quote, reproductive health. To blame population growth instead of extreme consumerism is one way of refusing to face the issues," the Pope says. And I would note that population control measures by governments have inevitably abused human rights. These are some thoughts I offer from the Pope's letter.